Just like the US economy, Atlanta's real estate market's really a mixed bag right now. We're jumping into all the latest numbers, and we're doing it right now. Let's do it. Hey guys, if you're new to this channel and you want to know everything there is to know about living, working, playing, and breathing all things Atlanta and the metro Atlanta area, then hit that subscription button, tap that notification bell so you can be the first to know about all the things that are going on here. My name is Jonathan McCoy, and my team and I are getting calls, texts, and emails from people just like you looking to make that smooth move here to Atlanta, Georgia, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're making that move right now, a month from now, or a year from now, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. We'd love to talk with you more about your home purchase here in the Atlanta area. As I stated, this Atlanta market is kind of a little bit of up and down in different places, and when we dive into the numbers, you're going to see that. It's kind of matching up with what's happening in the US economy, where we get some good news like employment numbers are going up in terms of the number of jobs available, but we see unemployment going up as well, which is a little strange. And then we see the GDP going down compared to last year, but then we see some consumer numbers and spending going up. So it's really hard to get a grasp on what's going on, just like most of you probably out there, which I think is what's kind of reflecting in this Atlanta market. So without further ado, let's jump into the numbers, and we're doing just single family detached homes. This first chart right here is showing the yearly trend. We're comparing last year, May 2022 to this year, May 2023, with the numbers that just came in. And so as we've been seeing all year long, last year was a little bit better in terms of the number of homes being sold and the activity than it is this year. So we see active homes. There are more on the market this year than last year. So we're up 15.4%. Pending ratio, there was more under contract last year than there is this year. So more homes active, but less homes pending. If you add these up and we look at it, we're looking at 11,300 homes total here, and over here we're looking at about 12,000. So in total, we're a little bit less in terms of the number of homes that are both active and pending on the market than we were last year. Pending ratio is at 50.2%. That means about half the homes that are on the market are under contract. That is less from last year. As we move on, the number of sold homes that we're looking at, again, down 30%, so significantly down. So 3,598. Again, this trend we've been seeing all year long, and that's continued. Distressed properties, we're still not seeing a lot of distressed properties hitting the market. These are homes that still owe more on their mortgage than they can pay, and the person is possibly going into foreclosure on the home. So that's still really low compared to historic norms. Failed listings, this is when you put a home on the market and it doesn't sell in its listing period. So 20.6% of all the homes that are listed don't go under contract and they come off market. That means still just about 80% of homes are selling. So you still got a lot of homes selling out there. And then months of inventory, still super low. We're at 1.6 months of inventory. So even though that's much higher in comparison to last year, it's still, pretty low. And again, for those that don't know, months supply of inventory is not just the number of homes on the market, but it's also compared to how many homes are being purchased. So it's based on the activity that's happening out there as well. As we move on, we're seeing the median list price is $465,000 compared to $450,000 last year. So the median list price has gone up. However, median sales price has gone down compared to last year. Last year we were selling at $460,000. This year at $453,000. So that is slightly lower by 1.5%. And then lastly, the sales to list price ratio. When there's a lot of competition out there, you'll see this ratio go up. When you see people overpricing homes too much, or there's not as much competition, you'll see the price or this ratio go down. Last year we saw it at 102.5%, so just about everything was selling over the list price. This year we're seeing it at 99.8%, so it is slightly lower. Pretty much everybody's getting around what they're asking, and this is the median, so just keep that in mind. And then days on market, things are still going fast. We're on 15 days on market. Last year we're at 8, so yes, higher than last year. But again, based on historic norms, where this is usually around 40 to 60 days on market, 15 still super fast. All right, next thing we're going to look at is the 6 months trend. Two good things to look at. What happened last year, so timing the same month, because we know real estate is a seasonal business, and so we want to compare year over year, but we also want to compare where the market is going and take a look. So this is the 6 months trend mark. We can see that active homes on the market continues to go down because pending ratio has gone up, so people are purchasing homes. When it comes to the total homes on market, this March, April, May, it's pretty similar in how many total homes are on the market. In March, we're looking at like 10,800-ish. In April, we're looking at right around 11,000. And same thing in May, we're looking at like 11,300. So we're seeing that, we're pretty similar in these 3 months. Inventory hasn't jumped up significantly. Again, the thought out there is, especially with people I'm talking with, why move right now when you have a home maybe that you have a rate at like 3% as opposed to getting the 6 and 7? If you are looking to move, I'm going to share with you something that could be happening. Again, no one knows for sure, that maybe now, even with the higher interest rates, maybe better time to buy now than in a few months from now, but I'll share that in a few minutes. But with that said, pending ratio, again, we're at 50%. Number of solds, we had 3,598 sold in May. Kind of went over these numbers earlier compared to year over year, but look at the month supply of inventory. We were steadily going down over the last 6 months, now at 1.6. I think these numbers are starting to show that we're kind of stabilizing. Wouldn't be surprised if I see June and definitely July that the inventory ticks up. And then we're seeing the median sales price has gone up. So month over month, we're seeing it go up. Again, this is falling seasonality, but year over year, we're not seeing that. We've seen it fall a little bit. And this is where it becomes a little bit of a mixed bag, because 99.8% of the sales price to list price ratio, that's really high. And I'm actually a little surprised that this number isn't slightly higher than it was last year. And two things to talk about here. So first of all, yes, homes are a little bit lower in value in terms of median sales price than they were last year. But also, since inflation has gone up, the actual value of money right now is less than it was last year because of inflation. So the actual value of your home is not just 1.5% less in terms of median sales price that we saw compared to last year, but you also have to take into effect the inflation. And when you add those up, then you are seeing a decent drop in home values compared to last year. When we look at median days on market, and man, look at what was happening back in February. We had 52. We really thought this market could be changing around, even though the inventory was still pretty low. But summer seasonality kicked in, and now we're back down to 15 days on market. So again, this weird mixed bag of numbers where we see days on market being so low that I would be thinking that the median sales price, I actually thought that it could be at 100 or higher coming into the month of May, just seeing what the activity I was seeing. Good news out there, it seems like for the most part, agents and buyers have stopped doing crazy offers, even on homes that are competitive. I've been in multiple offer situations with the last few buyers I've been with. That includes some buyers in the mid 400 range, buyer in the 300 range, and a buyer in the mid million range. And that's they all had multiple offers on it. So there are multiple offers out there with these homes. They were all pretty much move-in ready, nice to get into. And so it's not surprising there were multiple offers, but we've been seeing a lot of multiple offers out there. There just seems to be still some sellers out there that maybe you're putting their home on the market that isn't quite ready to list. They should do some improvements on it, do some fixes to it, do some painting and things like that. They're still thinking that everything's selling right now. And there's still a lot selling, but I would strongly suggest that if you're looking to sell, that you put your best foot forward when it comes to preparing your home, because of this mixed bag. And what I'm seeing with buyers is they're going in, they're willing to ask for a list price. They're not looking to go crazy amounts over that list price. And they're not looking to get rid of due diligence and inspection periods, which is a good thing. With all that said, just to, if you're looking to sell right now, make sure your home's ready. Don't price it crazy over, because it's just not happening right now. Go over to months of supply of inventory. Again, total is 1.6 months of inventory. we're seeing a balanced market above 2 million, as we see down here. But anything below, we're still seeing a seller's market, even up to 2 million. So that 1.5 to 2 million, still not a lot out there. 1 to 1.5, still not a lot out there. And then when you hit that sweet spot of where a vast majority of buyers can buy and want to buy, we're seeing between 1.2 months of inventory to 1.5 months of inventory. So it's still very low supply. Again, right now, there's a low demand too. So these kind of things are battling. It's not typical. Typically, you see a high supply and low demand, or a low demand or a high demand and low supply. That's typically what's happening. And right now, we're seeing both being low, and we've continued to see this throughout this year. So what does this all mean for you? Well, if you're looking to purchase right now, one of the things that you may want to think about is purchasing now at a higher interest rate. And you're thinking, Jonathan, why would I do that? Well, there seems to be still a buildup of buyers out there that are waiting for these interest rates to drop. Now, they've been kind of talking about interest rates coming down throughout this year, and they haven't yet. And a big part of that is still the Fed figuring out if they're still going to raise rates or not. By the end of the year, though, it's still, I don't know if it's certain, nothing's certain in real estate and the economy, but it's definitely looking towards that rates will start to drop, coming down into the fives. And so when that happens, I think you're going to see more buyers hit the market. I don't necessarily think you're still going to see sellers hit it yet, but maybe. But I think you're going to see an uptick in buyers because that rate's a little more affordable. When you see that, you're going to see an uptick also in the sales price. I think we're going to have some seasonality increases. Now, what I mean by that is if you compare it month over month, you still might see a drop in median sales price. But I think based on year over year, we might see an uptick coming towards the end of this year of the sales prices of homes. So it might be in your best interest to purchase now before you have more buyer competition. Now, that's if that occurs. Could be that rates go down and buyers stay about the same. What we could see also is that rates come down and people that were looking to sell but have just kind of stayed in their home because they love their interest rates, maybe when it gets down into the fives interest rate wise, they may say, okay, now I want to put my home on the market. So we might see an increase of buyers and sellers all at the same time. There's a few things that could happen, but there's a lot of coulds out there because it's been just such a kind of a weird, unusual year for the economy, with the stock market's going up and down, with inflation thinking it's coming down at 1 minute, and then next month it looks like it's not, and the next month it looks like it is. So if you're out there trying to figure this all out, take a look at the numbers, ask all the questions, leave comments below if you'd like. I'd be more than happy to answer them. If you're interested in looking at townhomes and condos and what's happening in that market, I'm going to be dropping a video here in the next few days dealing with townhomes and condos specifically. Or if you're wanting to know about different areas and counties in Metro Atlanta, I'm going to drop a third video that deals with what's happening in the different counties. So breaking these videos down a little bit more in separate videos. Well, again, if you're new to this channel and you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscription button, tap that notification bell. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. And if you're looking to make that move right now, a month from now or a year from now, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. My contact info is below. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.